we speak our minds. I mean, there is no note anywhere. We are just doing free. How do I put it? Is it freelance or is it free? Free, just talking and all of that. So I'm grateful. So you can tell people to rejoin, to join back, because like I said, we went off and all of that. And so good afternoon, everyone, one more time. Welcome to Unfiltered Conversation this beautiful Friday afternoon. Like I said, I'm in my house. This afternoon, it's time to rest. Thank God it's Friday. And today we are talking about something many people have strong feelings about. We'll be talking about referrals and recommendations. Referrals and recommendations. And the topic I want to really talk about today, freestyle, is should I recommend you? My sister, can I recommend you? Can someone recommend you? And can you recommend someone as well? 2 weeks ago, I'm on Sister Locks. So 2 weeks ago, I've been looking for a loctician, okay? I usually go to Lagos to lock my hair. You can imagine. I stay in Ibadan, but I would travel all the way from Ibadan to Lagos to go and lock my hair. I'll go to lock every month. I just have to go to Lagos to, lock my hair. And so that day 2 weeks ago, I didn't want to go anywhere. Can you please keep that down for me, please? I didn't want to go anywhere. I didn't want to go to Lagos. And so I was looking for a loctician in the beautiful city of Ibadan. Okay? And then I remembered that someone once told me about a lady in Ibadan. And so I went to my phone. I searched my phone and then I saw her. I saw a number and then I called the number. When I called her number, I was doubting my mind. In my mind, I was like, hey, I won't enter one chance like this, because 7 years ago, I came back from India, Anambra State, with locks, big locks. And when I got to Ibadan, they spoiled my locks. And so, because of that, I had to cut off that hair that time. And this time around, I made up my mind that I'm not going to let anybody in Ibadan undo my hair again. Sorry, I'm not saying we don't have beautiful, locticians in Ibadan, but I have not met one until 2 weeks ago. And so, all right, so are you sharing this? I hope you are sharing this. And so I was kind of skeptical when I called her, but in my mind I was okay, fine. If I call her and she spoils my hair, I'm going to cut off this one again and I will just forget about sister locks or mother locks or cousin locks or anything locks. I'll just stay with braids and all of that. And so this lady came, to cut long story short, this lady came to my place, and then the first thing that got me when she got to my place was her appearance. I mean, she was on sneakers, blue jeans. She was looking so pink. I mean, if you know me very well, I love fashion. I mean, I love when somebody looks so nice. She was looking so nice, put together and all of that. So when she came, I was busy. I needed to rush out to do something. And so I told her, just relax. I'm going for like 15-20 minutes. Wait for me. So cautious. She said, okay, ma'am. I went, I quickly went. I dashed out. I spent like 20 minutes, to keep up an appointment. I came back. She was seated, well cultured, fine. I said, Lord, into your hands I commit my hair this afternoon. Anyways, her first appearance got me. That was the first impression I got. She started with my hair. And she spent like 2, 3, 4 hours. I can't remember, but between 3 to 4 hours. All through the time she did my hair for me. She was so official. She was so good. I mean, she didn't, not the normal hairdressers. Do you understand? I mean, she minded her business. Because some people came to look for me, so we're talking about something that was so not really sensitive. But all through the time she was with me, she didn't shook mouth into what I was saying. She was so cautious. She minded her business all through. And so respectful. Immediately, I took my phone. And I said, you know what? Somebody has been disturbing me. A high-profile person has been disturbing me for month, asking me where I lock my hair. Anytime she's in Ibadan, she will not lock her hair until she gets back to Abuja. And so she was always waiting to get back to Abuja before making her hair. You can imagine. Please share this broadcast. And then, yes, I gave her, to cut a long story short, I gave her the number. And then, not with mixed feelings, because I saw what she did with my hair. And then she went. And I was waiting for the feedback from the woman, a big woman. And alas, this woman sent me a wonderful feedback and said, Pastor Tino, I love that lady. I'm going to be using her. And I felt so proud. I was so proud. And immediately I put it on our WhatsApp group. And several people started calling this lady. And that is what made me decide. I decided that, see, I'm going to come out because strangely, I won't say strangely, most people don't like recommending people again. You know, people love to say, you know, please help me talk to your contacts, introduce me to that person, link me up with your plug. And sometimes we just, because we want to help, we go ahead and then we make that connection. We vouch for someone. We say, oh yes, she's great. She's reliable. He is reliable. But then something goes wrong. The person now, oh, the person misbehaves. They disappoint the client. They betray your trust. And now your name is on the line. Or maybe it is a relationship. You introduce two people to each other. And suddenly one of them starts acting funny. And the whole thing becomes messy. And you are the one they will put the whole thing on. And so today we are unpacking it all this afternoon. The pros, the cons, the lessons, and the wisdom. And like I said, I am not preaching this afternoon. No, I am not preaching. It's a freestyle for me. So just as I'm just saying things, just flow with me, all right? It's a freestyle. And that's why we call it unfiltered conversation. So let's get unfiltered this afternoon. One, I'm going to be talking about the beauty of recommendations. Let's start with the good side. Recommendations, referrals, they're actually a powerful thing. You know, very, very powerful. They open doors, they create opportunities. You know, in fact, many of us, for me, many of us, let's say many of us, we are actually where we are today because someone mentioned our name in a room we were not in. Someone believed in us. Someone took a chance on us. Tell me if I am lying. Abi, me, for instance, I am where I am today because someone mentioned my name somewhere. Oh, Pastor Tino is good, you know, call her for this. We've seen examples of a boss who recommended you for a project, a friend who connected you to a contract, a friend who connected you to a client, or a mentor who introduced you to a platform. And that's how destiny helpers often show up, through recommendations. Proverbs chapter 22 verse 1 says something, that a good name is better than riches. So meaning that your name can open doors that money cannot buy. Yes. Or money cannot open. I've seen situations whereby people will say, go to that Lagbaja and just mention my name. Oh yes, referrals are beautiful. It's one of the ways that God lifts people. It's one of the ways community works. The kingdom itself, God's kingdom, thrives on relationships and recommendations. Even Jesus Christ said, follow me. I will make you fishers of men. That is networking with purpose. But there are risks behind the good. And that is what I want to also say something about this afternoon. Let us be honest. It is not every recommendation that ends well. I mean, have you ever referred someone and then you regretted it later? You gave them your full confidence, only for those people to just embarrass you. You connected someone to a job and then they are calling you, see, they showed up late, or they showed up unprofessional, or they are very rude. Some people can be very rude. Or you linked someone to a client and they under-delivered. Or after collecting money, they just ghosted the person. And they will start calling you. Or you introduced two people together in a relationship. And then one ended up breaking the other's hearts. And suddenly, they start dragging your name into their drama and everything. The person you introduced feels like you two are part of the problem. Or your boss starts doubting your judgment. Be like, Baja, you are the one that brought this person to my shop. You are the one that said this electrician can do this good work. You know, at that moment, you realize that recommendation is not just a favor. It's a form of personal endorsement. When you recommend a person, it means you are personally endorsing that person. You are staking your credibility. You are lending your reputation. That is the meaning. And that is why some people have now become very careful. They will tell you that, see, I don't recommend anyone again. I've learned my lesson. But should that be the answer, especially in the kingdom? Should we stop helping because of a few bad experiences? And I want us to say something. I wanted to just type something. Should we stop helping people because of a few bad experiences? I'm waiting. Should we stop? Should we stop helping, doing the connection? Because you know that, see, if I connect this person, I don't want somebody, you know this person has done a very good job for you. But because of experiences or because it may not even have happened to you, but we have had people talking about it. Should we stop helping because of a few bad experiences we've had? I mean, I've had cases whereby I introduce people together. At the end of the day, they'll now put me in the middle and I'll be asking myself about what happened. Or somebody met somebody through me and somehow, the two of them will now turn against me. What did go pay Abby? I've seen several situations like that. I don't know if you have had that kind of experience. Let me know this afternoon. I mean, you introduce people together. Oremi, meet Oremi. There's this case, very personal to me. Let me just say something. I don't want to mention name, but it happened to one of my family members. All right. This, my family member A, was staying in Abuja at that time. And then she was about getting married. She was dating, courting, not dating. She was courting a bro in the church. Both of them were ushers in the church. And then one day, our friend came visiting. And our friend, the bro needed to do something in his office, maybe something logistics. And then this friend was into logistics. And then she said, alright, my fiancé or whatever meets Lagbajao. She's into logistics. And then she did the introduction because, of course, this is my fiancé and this is my best friend. And that was it. Before you can say Jack and Jill, these two people, they started dating each other. And I kid you not, they actually went behind that, my family member, and got married. Not super story, it happened. They met in my family member. They met, I mean, at a place, inside a sitting room like this. And they introduced each other together. And they went behind that, my family member. They started courting. And before you know it, they got married. And so because of that, my family member just shut down. I said, I'm not introduce anybody to anybody again. I'm not going to say meet Lagbaja, meet that, whatever, for whatever reasons. So the question is, should we stop helping because of a few bad experiences? Sister Ramide Abiola Fashion says, no, we shouldn't stop because of our previous experience. And that's true. I don't think so either. The goal is not to stop recommending people. I need you to listen very well right now. The goal is not for me coming here this afternoon to tell you to stop recommending people. No, it is for you to do it with wisdom. Are you with me? The wisdom, there's a wisdom side to recommending. I call it how to recommend rightly. Let's talk about wisdom in referrals because not everyone should be recommended. Not yet. Hello, are you with me? Not everyone. Have you shared this broadcast? Have you shared it? Referral. Not everyone should be recommended. Number one, I'm going to give you the things for you to know whether you should recommend this person or not. Number one, know their character. Like I said, I'm not preaching. So this is a freestyle for me. I am not preaching. Number one, but I just put two or 4 points together. Number one, know the character of the person you are recommending. Know their character, not just their competence, not just their skills. Oh, they know how to do this thing right. They know how to preach. Fine. There are some ministers I don't recommend. I won't lie to you. There are some ministers I can never recommend. Yes, they are very, very competent. Yes, they are very, very skillful. But I cannot because of their character. It is not about the gifts they have. It's about the fruit. There's a difference between the fruit of the Spirit and the gift of the Spirit. Listen good. The gift of the Spirit can take you to the palace. It's the fruit of the Spirit that will make you to stay in your palace, to stay on that throne. There are several people I know that they are very, very competent in one thing or the other. But because I've always known them, there's a particular person I know I can never recommend. Because I have tried that once, I have tried that twice, and this lady will just like, I don't know. So the thing is, know their character. Some people are talented, but they are not trustworthy. Yes, they have skill, but they have no integrity. So don't be too quick to vouch for someone you don't really know just because they attend your church or just because they post nice things online. Oh, that person posts nice things online. That person is an usher in my church. Don't be so quick to vouch for someone you do not really know. Do you understand? So number one, I would tell you about wisdom in referral is that know their character, not just their competence. Another thing I'm going to tell you this afternoon is for you to set boundaries before you connect. Yes, you know their character. They are good, child of God. You know, they are also competent. And let's listen, don't ever refer someone that you have not tested their competence before. Don't do it. You've not tried the person, you've not seen the person's work. Don't do it. Don't use emotions to recommend people. I said earlier on that it is your name that is in line here. Is it on or in line? Whichever one you understand. So set boundaries before you connect. When you introduce someone, make your role very clear. Hello, I am connecting the two of you, but please handle it directly. Yes, I am connecting you to Lagbaja, but please handle it directly. That way, if things go south, you are not automatically in the middle of their mess. Do you get what I'm trying to say? All right, so number one, I said you should know people's character, not just their competence. Number two, I told you to set boundaries before you connect. And also, please don't be afraid to say, I don't know enough about this person. It's okay for you to say, I can't vouch for them personally, but you can check them out. That honesty will save your reputation. That honesty saves your reputation. And then you need to pray before you connect. Yes. Pray very well. Even though you know the person very well, you know the person's character, you know the person's competence and all of that. Can you please pray? Yes, Pastor Tinu, you have come again. You have put spirituality. I don't do anything outside prayer. Pray before you connect. Some connections are divine. Some are distractions. Is somebody with me right now? There are some connections that are very divine. God will use it to connect people together. And some are distractions. So you need to ask God, should I be the bridge here, Lord? Should I be the bridge? Because not every bridge is meant to be built. Not every bridge is meant to be built. Is somebody with me? And then there's another case. Somebody asked me a question last week. It's still about recommendation. I want to talk about something deeper now. So I've been able to talk about those things, know their character, pray about it, all right? Make sure you tell them that, see, I don't really know this person, so take time to know this person. But there's also another case about a referral, and that is even deeper. People who connect others and they refuse to step back. I mean, I was watching one, was it 2 weeks ago? Don't mind me. I was watching one, is it skit now? I'm not sure it's skit or movie or just a movie, what do you call it, trailer of, you know, sometimes you just jam all these things on IG and all of that. Is it IG or Facebook right now? I'm trying to remember which one. Okay, I just like how I jammed it, sir. And this skit is, you know, this lady introduced two lovers together. She was actually the one that connected them. I think her cousin or maybe a friend to a friend or something like that. And then she refused to step back. In fact, anytime they were having conversations, she would come and sit down with them. And they were like, Kilo Shele, Tikini you know, that kind of a thing. And she's so just decided not to leave them alone. So let's look at that one also. That one is still referral share. So you introduce, because somebody asked me a question about it last week, but I told her, see, we don't be able to come online, but I'm going to answer that question this week. You introduce a man to a woman or a woman to a man, and then suddenly you are inserting yourself into their story. How? You are still calling one person every day for updates. What is happening right now? You and that guy, or you are subtly competing with the person you introduced, or you are emotionally invested where you should have stepped away. Let's be real though. Sometimes the introducer may want to control the narrative, or maybe they didn't expect the connection to grow beyond them. So jealousy will now set in. But maturity means knowing when to step back. You have introduced two people together. That is a male and a female, or some people, even in business relationship. As long as you have done those 4 steps that I mentioned earlier, I think maturity is you knowing when to step back. If you were the connector, don't become the controller. Don't be the referee in someone else's relationship. Yes, help, connect, then let go. It's like John the Baptist. He introduced Jesus. But when Jesus' ministry started growing, he said, see, he must increase and I must decrease. That's the heart posture of a mature connector. You know, you celebrate the fruit of the connection without you inserting yourself into it. Ever getting through that, my sister. All right? So I want to talk about the emotional side right now. Quickly, are you enjoying God? All right. So I want to talk about the emotional side. I have just a few minutes left and then we wrap this up. I want to talk about the emotional side. When a referral goes wrong, It can make you bitter. It can make you distrustful. It can make you shut down, closed off. You start thinking everyone will misuse your goodwill. It actually happened to me. I started suspecting everybody. In fact, I was telling some of my daughters and sons in the Lord, something happened, and then I got so bitter. I got so, not offended. Yeah, I was upset, but like I usually say, anger is a luxury for me. So I really get angry, but I can't get upset, and then I'll just let it go. And then I was like, this person did this, you know, that kind of a thing. How can somebody think like this? And I told myself, I'm not going to trust people again. And the Spirit of God said, hello, you know, you start thinking that everybody will start taking advantage of me right now. I'm not doing a game. But remember that your ability to connect people is a gift. Yes, you have been emotionally wounded. I think I posted something about that on my let me see if I can see it on my WhatsApp status I mean maybe some days ago about, okay, I said something. I said, don't introduce your important people to just anyone. All right? Yes, don't introduce your important people. Just don't use emotions. I've learned that. I actually learned that in a very, very bad soul way. All right? Me, I love introduce, oh yeah, meet like baja, but Yoruba will say one boo minimum. Do you understand? My nose, boo. Do you get it? So don't introduce your important people to just anyone. Some people just have that ability to ruin friendship you took years to build. So don't be emotionally like, oh, let me introduce. No. Yes, but at the same time, introduce people. So it's just wisdom. So like I said, your ability to connect people is a gift. Don't let a few ungrateful people make you lose that grace. Just add discernment to your kindness. Did you hear what I said? Add discernment to your kindness. On the other hand, if someone recommended you and you misrepresented them, please go back and fix it. I'm telling you, sometimes whatever seed you sow, it will come back to you. You met Lagbaja through Lagbaja, and then you through somehow they didn't have issues until you got into the picture. You got into the picture, they start having issues. Check yourself. But really check yourself. If two people, no issues between them, but you enter and then I mean, if you are so wise, you will make, it's either you step back a little bit, all right? Don't interfere, or you try to mediate. But what is wrong? What is wrong? What is wrong? What is wrong? I mean, you should not be the person that will now be siding one person and say, Abba, it is not right. I mean, I've seen people, I've heard me, I don't even bother myself. I'll push the two of them inside the well. Okay. Because at the end of the day, whatever. At the end of the day, they will backstab themselves. And do you know that the person who backstabbed another person to come and join forces with you will one day do the same thing to you? Or you never thought about like that before? They will. Because I was still telling some people yesterday that if you grow a relationship through Ote, what is Ote in English? Ote, what is Ote in English? If you grow a relationship or a business, business through Ote, I can't remember whatever. Do you understand? You know Ote, Ote. I am telling you that Ote Luma Tuka. Do you understand? So if someone recommended you and somehow something happened this afternoon, can you please go back and fix it? If it's a call, I'm telling you the truth. Because that person will do worst thing to you. You owe them an apology. Don't be too cocky to say, I am sorry. Don't mess up someone's name and act like it is nothing. You messed up someone's name and you are acting like it is nothing. Hello, excuse me. Are you seriously serious? Somebody introduced you to someone and you mess up the job. Go back and say sorry. Apologize. My friend-in-law used to tell me something that said, don't shut doors. You can draw line, but don't draw blood. You are shutting doors on someone because they committed through and your mind, what did they be see me? I know shimmy. I'm going to say this again. I'm closing sermon. I'm closing service now. Don't mess up someone's name and act like it is nothing. People's reputations are part of their calling. Do you understand? The scripture says a good name is better than riches. So if someone trusted you enough to mention your name to someone, honor that trust. All right? So I'm going to be giving you practical takeaways, and this is where I'm going to wrap up with a few practical reminders. All right? I said don't recommend everyone. Do not recommend. It's not all bridges that should be built. Don't recommend everyone. Or mini sister, mini one need to share, and so you want to put your own reputation at stake because of that. You're using emotions for something that is about your destiny. Mini, don't worry. You are not sure of that person. You don't know the person's character, or you even know the person's character. But or you know the person is not really competent, and because emotions in for the past few weeks. Don't recommend everyone. Learn to say no gracefully. I'm giving you practical reminders so that we can just wrap this up. If you recommend anyone, check in occasionally, not to control, but to ensure that your name is not being dragged. And also be the kind of person that others can confidently recommend. And that's a question, can I recommend you? All right? If you are the connector, connect and then step back. Connect, step back. Once in a while, you can check in. All right? Protect your integrity, not just your image. All right? Oh my goodness. Okay? Do you understand? So should I recommend you? The answer depends on your consistency, on your integrity, and on your maturity. Because when someone recommends you, they're not just saying you are good at what you do. What they are saying is that you won't embarrass my name. So to everyone listening or joining this afternoon, oh my goodness, sorry, a call is coming in. So to everyone listening this beautiful Friday afternoon, be recommendable. Somebody say I'll be recommendable. Be recommendable, be reliable. Be the kind of person that people can trust both publicly and privately. Church sisters me and brothers me. And if you are the connector, be wise, not possessive. Help others to rise, but don't hold them hostage. Remember that your influence is not proven by how many people depend on you, but by how many people you have empowered to thrive on their own. Did you hear that one? Your influence is not proven by how many people depend on you. Oh, this one is calling me Papa, this one is calling me Mama. No, how many? No. It's okay. He wanted to call. Do you understand? It's not about followers or how many people are calling you Papa and Mama. But by how many people that you have empowered to thrive on their own. And that is significance. That is growth. That is wisdom. And that's what Unfiltered Conversations is all about. Thank you so very much for